asleep.
97.7 Country and WGLR.com. Jason Pritchett with Good Show. And Jason, I just took a glance over. I mentioned that you had been #1 in our Top 99 countdown. The most previous countdown was this past Thursday night, and you were #1 on Thursday.
Oh, man, that's
So you
awesome.
are the reigning #1.
Hey,
Woo!
how about that?
Top 99
I love that.
countdown. So
That makes me feel good.
of course,
Thanks.
thanks to everyone who called and requested the
Yeah,
song, and to keep on continuing and requesting the song.
Yeah, keep
too.
the phones ringing. Come home.
Independence Cowboy is the name of the new EP where they can find that song, and it just came out, right?
Yeah, it just was released in July, so it hadn't been out very long, but you can find it on iTunes. And
you guys got a copy here, I
yes,
think.
we do. Yeah, we're going to share
Oh, there
some.
you go.
Yeah, we're going to share some more music off of it too. Before we move on from Good Show, though, the music video. How much of you riding in the home videos shown in the video is you?
well, all the home video is me.
All of that's you.
I don't know. It's so funny. There's several videos out there. We have like a first draft and a second draft, and they all just kind of got flooded out there. So I don't know which video you're looking at, but they're at the very end of the main video that we've put out. There's about 4 guys that it pans across, and we're just young pups. I mean, that's me and my boys back in the day that we always used to go ride together with. But yeah, we got home footage in there. It's there, man.
Wow. And I got to say, for those who haven't seen the video yet, which you can see on the WGLR Facebook page, we posted it up. It's up right now.
Perfect.
It's not. I mean, this is some severe footage that I was looking at today, and when I looked at it first, before I knew that I didn't know until now that all of it was you. But at least the stuff that I saw, I didn't see anything where you kind of went, you know, you looked at it and you went, oh my gosh, who went through that?
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what the song talks about is, man, these guys put their life on the line every weekend just to put on a good show, you know?
Yeah.
So
Our buddy Luke Snyder is in there a lot, who is now, he's going into the, what is
the Ring of Honor.
The Ring of Honor. He was a PBR world champion. He lives in Springfield, Missouri, and Jason used to ride with him in high school, and of course, you know, you tell it better than I do. But he's like,
well, it's one of those things that he was about 3 years younger than me, but he beat us every time. So whenever he would pull in the truck, we thought, well, might as well just go home, boys, because Luke's going to beat us. And sure enough, he went on to be a PBR world champion, and now he's in the Hall of Fame for bull riders. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We have Jason Pritchett and Billy Dean live in studio together. How did the two of you meet and become friends?
You would ask that, dadgummit. She asked that earlier, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good story."
It is.
You know, like I said earlier, I've lived in Branson since 2002, down in Branson, Missouri, and about 2 years ago, I guess it was, there was a Christmas show that came to town called the Toy Shop, and it was a Kenny Rogers production.
Yeah.
Exactly, you've heard of that. Well, Billy was playing the role that Kenny Rogers used to play, and at the time, I was out of a job and looking for work, and a buddy of mine calls me up and says, "Hey, listen, they're having auditions for this show called the Toy Shop, and they're looking for a character that I think you'd fit the role good." And I said, "Well, what's that?" And he said, "It's a toy soldier." That's a nutcracker for the late person. I said, "No way, man! I'm not going to go be a toy soldier." But I thought, well, it's a 2-month show. You know, hey, it's some extra money before Christmas. So I thought, well, I'll go down and try it. Sure enough, I went down, auditioned, got the job. And the first time I met Billy, which I was a little starstruck when I met Billy, because I grew up on the Billy Deans and the Alan Jacksons and the Asleep at the Wheels and all those guys. First time I met Billy, I was in a dance studio wearing capezios and a pair of tights, and I was like, "This is not cool," because I was I was not a dancer. I was a mover in the show, and so here I had to explain to Billy, "Hey, listen, I want to be a country music singer. I don't want to be a dancer. I want to be a country music singer." Yeah, so that's how we met, but and the rest is history. So
well, Billy, what was different about Jason for you? I mean, because you've been in the industry so long. I mean, you've seen so many different talented people, and I'm sure there's people you meet that you think, well, they're all right, and then there's some you go, well, there's a spark of something there. But sometimes even the people with the spark of something don't get anything going in their career. They never even get a single out to the radio. What was it about Jason that you saw?
Well, I knew, Simon Cowell thought he was a star, and I knew if Simon Cowell thought he was a star, there was something there. And they didn't know who he was. After spending a month with him there in Branson, I realized, he's a cowboy, a real cowboy. He had this background as a bull rider and everything. And so I started thinking about what could we write. And I started thinking about, how Garth got started, because I was on Capitol Records when Garth started. So we all got signed at the same time, and I watched that entire thing blow up, and what Garth did. I mean, Garth was an athlete, but he wasn't a real, cowboy, rodeo guy, as Jason, is. But I saw him take a page right out of Chris Ledoux's playbook, which was he hit that rodeo niche, that cowboy niche, and I realized there's not a lot of that type of imagery in our country music anymore. And so I told Jason, I said, man, why don't we try to put a little Western back in country music? I said, it worked for Garth Brooks. Yeah. And when I saw Jason perform, he has that same intensity as Garth does. He's really intense when he performs live with the band. And I thought, man, this kid is like he's like a young Garth Brooks, And the only difference is he really did ride, bulls. He really knows the job. So that was our mission, was to set out and to tap into the cowboy market and write songs that put that kind of imagery in there. Because, in fact, the funny thing, there was a guy who was really on the fence about playing the song down in New Mexico, and he calls me up and he says, Billy, he says, I like the song, but man, I don't know. He said, there's something missing. And I said, yeah, man, I'll tell you what's missing is a girl in the front seat in a truck and on a dirt road, with ripped jeans and a beer in the console. I said, it's the same lyric in every song, it seems like. I said, we're trying to tap into that other imagery of country music, which is our Western history and that tradition. And so that's what I saw in Jason.
Very cool. Coming up next, more live in studio with Jason Pritchett and Billy Dean, and a big hit song by Billy Dean is next on WGLR's Afternoon Drive Live.